Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Kyle and I'm coming back at you guys with another video. Today I want to be talking about the UCF Knights and how two quarterbacks are responsible for changing that program from going 0-12 to 12-0 and now making UCF a national brand. This is my first video on this channel and I just started this channel, so if you guys could please give me a subscribe and maybe a like and a comment down below, that would definitely help me out a ton. And let's get into the video. Coach Danny Barrett in 2015, the UCF Knights went 0-12, and that was the worst record in college football. They also only scored 13.9 points a game, which was the second worst scoring offense in the NCAA. They also gave up an average of 37.7 points a game, which was the 10th most given up in a season. So they were scoring the second least points in a game and giving up the 10th most. There was no doubt that UCF football was in a bad place and needed a quick change. After the 0-12 season, they would hire Coach Scott Frost to flip things around. And he did that by bringing in quarterback Mckenzie Milton, who would come in his first year and have an immediate impact and start scoring points and turn this offense around. Not only would UCF bring in a new coach in Scott Frost, they'd bring in Mckenzie Milton, a three-star quarterback from Hawaii. He would come in and throw for just under 2,000 yards as a true freshman, and also they would double their points per game from 13.9 to over 28 points per game. The following year, Mckenzie would lead the UCF Knights to a 13-0 record, scoring 42.8 points per game, which is the best in NCAA that year, and also beat Auburn in the Peach Bowl, which would be the national championship for UCF as they claimed. That season, Mckenzie Milton would throw for 4,000 yards and have an incredible season. Mckenzie would still have an amazing season, although he'd get hurt in the last game of the season against the UCF Bulls and would have a potentially career-ending injury that would sideline him for the last game. That would bring in Dillon Gabriel the following season to start. Dillon Gabriel was also a quarterback from Hawaii that committed to UCF right after Mckenzie Milton. The following season, Dillon Gabriel would step in, like I said, who was also a quarterback from Hawaii, and the UCF Knights would have no lack in production. He'd throw for 3,600 yards, and the team would lose 3 games that season. The true freshman, Dillon Gabriel, was so good that going into the 2020 season, he was actually a Heisman contender, and the UCF Knights still had the most yards a game in college football. Due to COVID, the UCF Knights would only go 5-3, and Dillon would struggle with some injuries. Even with 2/3 of the season being played and 1/3 being left out, Dillon Gabriel still threw the ball for 3,500 yards and 32 touchdowns. No doubt that both Dillon Gabriel and Mckenzie Milton will be NFL quarterbacks here in the next few years. Mckenzie Milton is actually 100% ready to go, and he would end up transferring to Florida State after Dillon Gabriel would be out to a hot start. Would not be surprised if we see Mckenzie Milton and Dillon Gabriel fighting for the Heisman Trophy at the end of the season, kind of like what Joe Burrow and Chase Young did both when they were at Ohio State. UCF is one of the better success stories in college football, going from absolute worst to having the best offense and one of the best scoring offenses in the country, and also producing many great quarterbacks. Let me know what you guys think down below of this team, and have a good day, and thank you for watching.